Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Combat Corner. My name is Kobe.
My name's Jackson.
You might notice something pretty cool. We've got a brand new studio, brand new set. Hopefully, the audio's sounding good for you people at home. This is the new set, the new studio. I don't know whether to call it set, studio, or whatever. But
Yeah. And if you're just listening, we will input some braille.
we will. You'll be able to see
Exactly.
that. Today, we're going to be unpacking UFC 301, which we're both very excited to do. Apparently, there was a bit of a robbery in the main event. Not apparently, there was, because I watched very closely. I know what happened. Anthony Smith getting it done for the boys. Jose Aldo getting one back for his family, you might say. But, all that and more to come in this episode. So
we've got a drink. It's the second Boss Coffee we have drank on this podcast, but we do have to discuss our new system around that.
You might notice the drinks are gone. Sorry, Jack Phillips.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
The drinks are gone. We're going to be rating drinks now out of 10. And we're only going to keep 15 on the...
Yeah, we're going to have a top 15. We're also going to start ranking the cards that we break down out of 10, but we don't have a board for that yet.
Not yet.
So
that's coming.
Bear with. But as this is the first one, I guess it's safe to say that 301 will go at the top.
So, it was a great card.
Let's get into the episode.
Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Corner.
Whoa, they like popped open.
Yeah, they're like sealed shut pretty tightly. I think I talked about this in the last one that we did on a Boss Coffee. Is I really like the cans.
The cans are the best part.
The integrity
and the drink as well
of the can is. Yeah. It's like. What is it like? It's like Max Holloway's chin.
Untouchable.
No,
touchable, but unbreakable.
Breakable.
If you've never had a Boss Coffee, it's like reinforced. You've got to really fucking squeeze it hard if you want to crush it.
It's just a steel can. I wouldn't do that while it's like, full and I was doing like hovering it above the keyboard. I just saw it nearly splash out, and I can just see you electrocuting yourself.
Electrosec.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But yeah, guys, new studio. Hope you're liking it so far. We've got that rustic look. We're now in the garage. If you see any of us, like either of us, freak out, it's probably because we just saw like a huge spider or some shit.
You wouldn't see me freaking out over a spider.
You'd definitely see the mountain yak freak out about a spider. Oh, by the way,
so that's a thing now, is it?
Yeah, that's going to be the new nickname. I got my t-shirt.
Wow, you do. You do have a t-shirt. Cody has a t-shirt.
I'm wearing a t-shirt. Football. Yeah. I'm a football wanker.
Steve Erceg.
Steve gets it done. No, he doesn't. I thought he did.
Yeah.
I thought he did.
It sounds like that is quite a common thing going around. There are a few people on the other end of that, but not as intensely as the Erceg fandom is.
It seems as though it wasn't a robbery, because that term does get thrown around far too often.
Mm-hmm.
It was an extremely close fight that I thought should have gone to Erceg on damage. He damaged him more than Pantoja did. And when Pantoja hit him on the ground, he didn't threaten submissions. He landed a couple of elbows. He did cut open Erceg. He did definitely win some rounds, but I don't think he did enough to get the win. But it was in Brazil.
It always makes it difficult, doesn't it? Like you've got a Brazilian panel of judges, a Brazilian commission, and a Brazilian fighter versus an Australian, who they don't give a shit about, quite frankly.
No.
And it's becoming a bit of a theme. Like that scorecard that was, what was it?
49-46.
No, 49-41 or something, wasn't it?
For Pantoja.
Maybe I'm just talking shit.
Yeah,
49-46. That's just ridiculous.
That would be insane. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Steve definitely won 2, and I thought he won 3 rounds pretty convincingly.
Yeah. It is a shame that he shot that takedown in the 5th.
Yeah.
Because
I still thought he won that round, though.
He was having, it's just where do you even start to unpack that?
Know.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know where to start. I'm just going to see.
The other thing too is now, like, he didn't get the win. He's the 10th ranked guy. What happens to his ranking? Does he?
Yeah.
Does he go a wee ways up the order? Does he?
He's got to. He's got to go numbered. Look, he gave Pantoja his hardest challenge to date, which is pretty crazy considering that Pantoja's fought Moreno and
Figgy.
He's beat Figgy. Crazy. He's fought
Royval.
And that was in his title run. It's been Moreno and Royval, two really well-established 125ers. Then he gets Steve Erceg, who's brand new to the UFC, off 3 fights, and he gives him by far his hardest challenge. And even at the end of the fight, Erceg said he thought he lost.
Erceg said that?
Yeah.
Right.
He said, look, I made a mistake. I lost the fight, which is extremely humble, first of all. But I don't think he did win the fight. I don't know what he... If he thinks he lost the fight, then obviously he thinks something that, he felt something that we can't feel,
Yeah.
Punches.
Well, that. It's just like the actual fight
actual
itself in general.
We weren't there.
No.
But I don't like Pantoja as a champion. I'm not a fan. I think he's boring.
He's turning into a bit of a, and I want to be careful when I say this, but a bit of an Israel Adesanya champion.
Safety fighter.
It is very much a safety fighter. He is fighting to retain the belt rather than to win. And he somehow just manages just to squeeze by every time. And sure, the most exciting part of a Pantoja fight is waiting for the judges' scorecards because you don't know what's going to happen.
You don't,
And somehow he manages to get it done every time.
Every fucking time. And as well, personally, I thought he beat Royval. I was pretty confident on that.
Oh, yeah.
I did not think he beat Moreno.
No.
I thought it was really close, but he looked like shit in that fight. And Moreno was active. Yes, Pantoja hurt him a couple times. His jiu-jitsu was really on show there. But I thought Moreno did way more on the feet. He was much more active, and I thought he won that. I just don't like it. I don't like it.
Depending on who goes up against him next, I think there's a really, really decent chance that he loses his next fight because there has been now the last 3 or 4 of his fights have gone the distance.
Yes.
And he hasn't looked that great in any of them to a point where he elevates himself to a championship status. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't look that much better than the rest.
And as well, he's not doing anything in particular that's going to raise his stock. Yeah, exactly.
It's just someone has to put it all together and what is that? That's 3 5-round decisions in a row.
Split decision against Moreno. Surprised the Erceg one was a unanimous decision, but whatever. Again, before then he submitted Royval decision.
KOs, he was finishing people before that.
He was, but like you say, when you get the championship, sometimes you just decide, look, I want to keep this thing as long as possible, earn a bit of cash, and then, I understand, but it's annoying. It's fucking annoying because you see these champions that no one really cares for, and I just want to see him go out there and get a finish, and then people will start to like him, and they'll get behind him. They're like, oh, fuck yeah, he just submitted Steve Erceg, made it look easy.
There's been plenty of Brazilian champions that the rest of us have gotten behind, like Charles Oliveira, Alex Pereira, people like this who are actual rivals of these fan favorite guys. Do you know what I mean? Izzy used to be a fan favorite guy, and now, I would say arguably Alex is definitely taken a lot of that.
He took his shine.
Yeah. And the same with Charles Oliveira. He was washed for ages. He was one of those guys that went in there and quit and didn't put on an entertaining fight a lot of the time. And now he's one of the most entertaining lightweights there is.
Yeah, of all time. And some people until recently kind of considered him potentially the GOAT at lightweight as well. But this isn't fun. And it's just, again, another nail in the coffin of this 125-pound division.
We'd say it every time it's brought up.
It is. We need a Manel Kape to rise up, but he can't make weight. What? You're going to give the next title shot to Makayev? Who? No one wants to see that.
That is the thing. This has just screwed up the title shot even more. If the number 10 ranked guy goes in there and does that to the champion,
he gets robbed. It's like, yeah, where the fuck do we go now? And as well, Pantoja has basically beaten everyone in the 125 division. Literally, like he's beaten Albazi. He's beaten. I don't think he's fought Kai, but I mean, oh, sorry, he's not beaten Albazi, but he hasn't fought Albazi, so that's interesting. But he's injured at the moment.
The thing is if we have a look at this, everyone, in my opinion, everyone in the top 9 of the bantamweight division chews him up and spits him out. Do you know what I mean? And Figgy being one of them, because I think Figgy has proven that he can finish a fight, and
yeah, I agree.
Especially at 135, he is dangerous.
Cejudo's apparently up 3 after losing 2 in a row. Yeah, no, I agree. And
no,
like
that's Alex Perez.
No, oh right. I see what you mean. Yeah, true. But yeah, I fully agree. And the whole thing about like smaller, it's boring because it's smaller guys. Look at the bantamweight division. They're the second smallest weight division, and everyone loves that division. It's fireworks. There's drama. There's KOs. There's submissions. There's fighters who really want to win the belt. There's no one I really give a shit about in this division.
It's not deep.
No.
It's a very shallow division.
Again, Manel Cup would have been fun, but he just can't make weight.
He's a bantamweight.
And he's a bantamweight.
Exactly. In denial.
He's a bantamweight in denial. He needs to come out of the closet.
He does. But what do we see next? I think
it's really hard to pick. I think
because they were gonna want to keep pushing Steve Erceg, especially after that.
Absolutely.
And if you give him to Moreno, or I'd like to see him against Royval.
I think Moreno's taking some time off.
Okay.
He said he's going to take a couple years at least. I'd like to see that Royval fight. Yeah, for sure.
Because I think Erceg absolutely makes mincemeat of Royval.
Yeah. Oh, it would be fun to see him against Kai, maybe in like New Zealand.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be a big fight.
That would be a big one.
Yeah, I don't know if they would fight each other.
Maybe not. They might be mates. That would be an interesting one for Erceg. But like you say, he's going to be back. That guy will win the belt at some point. That guy's class.
He's young too, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's 28, I think.
Yeah.
Such a G. I love him. Steven. Let's see how old he is. He's only 27 years old. That was his 3rd fight in the UFC. Like, come on. This guy's going to go places.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm talking up. And I'm talking up the rankings.
I would like that to be the case, but that you see it so many times where people get to this level and for some reason they freeze and then they fall off. The game passes them because it's in their head that they couldn't get it done the one time they got the opportunity. And a lot of people think they'll only get one shot at the belt. But I honestly think that the good thing about being a flyweight right now is it's the most shallow division in the UFC, including I'm going to say including the women's bantamweight division.
Can we just mix women's fighting with the 125ers? Honestly, I'd see Misha Tate. I could see Kayla Harrison doing some stuff with
Pantoja. Yeah.
No.
What do you mean doing some stuff?
I don't know. Fucking who knows, mate. Look,
lats.
Who the fuck is Pantoja? All right then. You're close.
Yeah, I really don't.
I don't have a clue. He's beaten him. Albazi. If maybe Albazi could be fun, but like he's been out for so long.
It's probably going to be coming off a win.
Yeah, but he's beaten him. Makayev also beat Perez recently. I want to see Makayev against Pantoja, and I want it to be like 2nd or 3rd on the rung of a pay-per-view. I don't want it anywhere near the top of a pay-per-view, or it could be a fight night. I just don't want it to be headlining anything.
Here's the thing. I think the flyweight division needs to go back to where it belongs, which is the co-main of a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And the other thing I think, sorry, that's for the championship. Any other fight can go wherever. But I think what we need to see now is we need to see a number 1 contenders fight. And I think Erceg belongs in that. Because the other thing, I don't think the UFC is going to go rushing into booking Pantoja again, because this is...
Because of what he just did.
And before that. You know what I mean? He hasn't put on an entertaining fight since he was on his come up. So I think we can hold off on booking Pantoja for the moment until
he might want some time. He got pretty beaten up.
Contender.
Yeah, 100%.
And that should be Royval, Erceg,
Maybe a Makayev if Makayev can beat someone else, but he has to fight someone else.
But yet we have to get this.
I want to see Albazi. Albazi versus Makayev could be an interesting one for a fight against him. But like you say, let's see this play out and go from there. You know, to be fair,
Aldo getting it done.
Jose Aldo got it done in the co-main. Jose Wilder, that's what Max Holloway calls him.
Yeah,
because he wouldn't fight him. Oh, where's Jose Wilder?
Really?
Yeah, like where's Wilder?
Oh, okay, that's funny.
So he dominated. Honestly, he got it done. It was pretty obvious that he won.
And he was an underdog too, wasn't he?
He was the dog.
Yep.
People were saying, Jonathan Martinez was going to leg kick him into oblivion, all this shit. I said that it was going to be a leg break TKO. Yep. I was wrong.
I think I picked against Aldo as well, so I was also wrong. Well, the thing was he was already looking past this fight, and I don't think that's healthy for anyone, especially someone who's 37, 38 years old and just coming back to the sport.
Yeah.
From a fairly sizable layoff. But
oh, yeah. He was gone for 2 years or 3 even. Could have been 3.
He didn't retire.
37. So
it's likely that he could be looking at signing another contract with the UFC, maybe seeing what happens with this Jake Paul Mike Tyson undercard.
Floyd Mayweather, maybe.
That's all been rumored. So
who knows? I think Jose wanted to fight out his contract and then basically just have the options. He's now got all the options. He can sign back with the UFC if they want to give him a good deal.
Yep.
He can fight someone in the top 15 of the bantamweight division, a Dominic Cruz. That would be kind of fun, you know. Or just give him a fucking title shot. Why not? Fuck Marab. So he's got options here. He can go box. He could try and pull Floyd Mayweather out of bed. Garbrandt could be fun. Oh, that would be a good fight. That'd be a really good fight.
Have they ever?
I'd like to see that. No, they haven't. They haven't fought. So that could be an interesting one. He just dominated as well. He just looked really good. He ate a few leg kicks early, and then he kind of got into it, started checking those kicks, came back with his own leg kicks. Second and third round, he rocked him pretty bad in the third round, took him down.
His hands were just next level to
much better.
Yeah, and that's a bit off topic. This is what I'm going to say, but that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing Francis come back to MMA. Completely different level of boxing.
Yeah.
Like in terms of fighting the best heavyweights in the world, arguably winning the first fight that he had and then getting absolutely slept by Anthony Joshua. But if Aldo comes back looking like that after fighting some, mid-tier boxers, it is looking pretty crazy for the landscape of potentially the heavyweight division. I don't think the UFC will ever take him back. But
I know. That great heavyweight division that PFL have.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I just had to say that because, these boxers people that go to boxing from MMA don't always come back. But Aldo coming back and looking like that, like you say, it took a bit of time for him to adjust again and get his range and distance sorted out and then start remembering that there is, you have legs and you need to protect them. But yeah, once he put everything together again, it just looked like another level
like the
of
old
striking.
Aldo.
Yeah.
Again. And Jonathan Martinez still has a pretty high ceiling, I think. He also looked a little bit like, what's the word, like starstruck, just being in there with Jose Aldo. Yeah, you just saw his face at times just go, and then he kind of started fighting again after that. But look, Jonathan Martinez, he's top class, but the thing is he was fighting people who were not at the level of Jose Aldo before this fight, and then he just walked into an absolute legend of the game. And look, he did himself proud. He had moments. He did have moments, but yeah.
Is that Elmo new?
Yeah, that is new.
Just
found it. It was just kind of around. And also, I don't know where the other block is. I did have it. I had it somewhere, and then it's there.
Oh, there's two. I'm gonna complete the set.
Complete our blocks. Sorry about that, guys. That's really unprofessional of us. Only having one block.
Whoopee. Blocks in a row.
They're the wrong way.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
it. There you go. Isn't that beautiful?
so good. Someone would have picked up on it for sure.
Yeah, Jack will call me.
Where's the other block?
Jack or Ash or Zach or Mark, as we always say. Big fans of the show, mainly just Zach, Ash, and Jack. But look, let's move on. Let's move on down this card. I think the audio might be a bit fucky this episode, but that's okay. It's a teething process, guys. It's teething. We're teething. Moving down the card, Anthony Smith successfully defending his family.
Are we not going to match up Aldo and
we did, didn't
Martinez?
We kind of did.
Well, who did we match up Martinez against?
Oh, we didn't. He's got to take a big step backward.
He was on.
I want him to fight Ilya Topuria. No, I don't. Because that's not even his division. Look, if Aldo doesn't fight Dominic Cruz, Jonathan Martinez, maybe that would be a good fight. Kyler Phillips just got to win. Don't want to see him fighting Jonathan Martinez.
What about Ricky Simon?
Rob Font. Yeah, Ricky Simon could be a good one. That would be a banger of a fight.
Oh, Munoz.
Yeah, Pedro Munoz is always a shout.
I want to see him still stay within the rankings.
Yeah, same.
Because
that's, I mean, it's not really fair just fighting Jose Aldo, and Jose's a legend. He's just because he's been gone for a couple of years, it's not it's still the same guy. So yeah, it's someone.
Was it Guru that said he should fight Sanhagen for a title eliminator and then go straight on to the belt?
Did he say that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It may have been someone else.
Did he say that about Aldo or Martinez?
Aldo.
Oh, well.
Saying like he's beaten Chito Vera, he's beaten all of these guys in the top 10. But yeah, it was a while ago now. And you can't just step back from the.
He successfully defended all of Merab's takedown attempts successfully. Pretty crazy. To be fair.
It is very crazy, but either way, yeah, that's who we want to see Martinez against. We obviously want to see Aldo take another fight in the UFC because we love seeing him in MMA. Who that would be against? Even Rob Font.
Connor.
I could see Rob Font being a good little catapult for Aldo to get straight back in there.
I want to see him tested. And I want to see him tested by one of the top dogs.
No, but what I'm saying is he beats Rob Font, catapults himself into a top 5 matchup.
Peter Yan.
Do you know what would be sick?
What?
Aldo versus Figgy. Brazil versus Brazil.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be cool.
Former champ versus former champ.
Would be sick.
And that would be, I don't think Figgy's striking is anywhere comparable to Aldo's because look at what Aldo's done. But Figgy's at a different point of his career to Aldo. He obviously would have been, that to me would be the equivalent of a Izzy versus Anderson Silva kind of fight in the way it's like you're fighting your idol and there's so much more on the line when something like that's happening. That would be cool.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that a lot. Just wanted to check Figgy's 36.
Oh, well, yeah, he's not that much younger, is he?
Aldo, retail company. Yeah, so he's about a year older.
Even though, even so, Figgy did not get his big break in MMA until a lot later. And Aldo's been fighting at the top level since his mid-20s.
Yeah, he's, that guy. Aldo
even early 20s, isn't it?
Yeah. He's been fighting for 20 years. The guy's a legend.
Either way.
Anthony Smith, successfully defending his family. Vitor Petrino, going into this, I thought that Vitor was going to be very smart. Very, what would be a good word to describe it? Very tactical, very
not stupid.
Not
very not just put my head in a guillotine for the other guy.
Exactly. But
very
that's exactly why I
set this up for the biggest dickhead we have to talk about on this whole card.
Now Anthony Smith has ammunition.
There's levels to this, he says.
Yeah, there's levels.
What level are you on, you bag of milk?
To be fair to Anthony, he did a good job.
That's not.
He did
what
he needed to do. He did what he needed to do.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But to then come out and say there's levels to this, yeah, sure. And there's fucking. If that's the case, there's shitloads of levels above you, Chief.
Yeah. I actually quite like Anthony Smith.
Why?
I don't know.
That's a hot take.
Like him.
That is a hot take, right?
It's a controversial topic that I'm bringing up, but I like him. I think he's a lovely bloke. He's got a family. He needs to defend them sometimes. And look, Vitor Petrino wanted to lose.
You're talking shit.
I honestly, Being
Can't be
serious.
serious.
I actually quite like Anthony Smith. He's bald. He kind of looks like you.
He says some of the dumbest shit.
That's some of the dumbest shit ever. But I want to see him
What was
fight.
it? He reckoned Jim Miller beats Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. Jim Miller disagreed, I think.
I'd love to hear what Brock Lesnar has to say.
I want to see
about
Anthony
that.
Smith fight Pantoja next. Pantoja on meth. I think that's a good idea. Give Pantoja a lot of meth and let Anthony Smith try to fight him.
The problem is, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen here. Anthony Smith, he's still ranked, where is he?
10.
10 right now, okay? So he's going to catapult up, maybe not even, is he? He might, actually, I could see him taking Delitze's spot or maybe Roundtree's, and they might move down slightly just because it's a first round submission.
Wait, Delitze?
Delitze, what?
Isn't he in the... Are you looking at the right one?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Ozdemir.
Ozdemir, sorry, it's very small from here, yeah. And
It is.
you're right, Delitze is a middleweight. Either way, I can see Anthony Smith going to 8th or 9th, possibly, in the rankings. A first round finish does tend to put a bit more stock into your name and push you a bit further up the rankings. And then he's going to end up fighting someone in the top 10, potentially top 7, and get sparked out in the first or second round. And then he'll be right back to where he started again. And you'll have to fight someone like Ryan Spann. He'll have some sort of split decision win over them the first time, and then it will come out that like Dana wasn't really happy with it because Anthony Smith will talk so much shit in the post-fight press conference, and then Dana will just book them again, and then we'll just go round and round in circles until this guy just talks himself into a mental hospital.
And then retires.
Yeah, it's just like...
Talks himself into a minute. He could do that.
If he says any more dumb shit, like on the same wavelength of Jim Miller could beat Brock Lesnar.
Well, on paper, he's probably the best fighter ever.
Jim Miller.
No, Anthony Smith.
Okay,
on paper.
let's just stop this.
Like when he's really feeling himself, he could beat John Jones probably in a jiu-jitsu match, or like maybe if it was just boxing alone, or like
I don't want to think about Anthony Smith feeling himself.
Anthony Smith is probably feeling himself right now.
No.
Think about it.
No, I don't want to.
Look, Anthony got it done, and I want to see him fight. He's fought like everyone in the top.
That's the other problem.
10, yeah.
It's just
Lionheart. Like what? You put him up against Johnny Walker again? No one wants to see that. Like no one.
the only reason I watch an
can't think
Anthony
of one
Smith fight is
because it's on.
to hope that he gets Khalil Roundtree.
Look at his fucking record. Holy shit.
Look, I'm not going to say that he's not deserving of being where he is, because he is, but like,
He's
at what
just
point
annoying.
do you...
I want to see him fight Krylov. Nikita Krylov. He's ranked number 6. He's been relatively inactive. He's the only one in the top 10 that Anthony Smith hasn't fought. So I think that's...
And he'll lose.
He probably will.
It's just...
But, you know, man's got to eat. He's had 48, 50, 57 fights.
Yeah.
What is he doing? Holy shit, 57 fights. That's why he's talking like such an idiot. He's got brain damage. Serious brain damage.
That could potentially be true.
Yeah.
He sounds like an accountant.
He looks like a prison guard. But he does sound like an accountant. It's kind of odd. And in reality, he's a fighter. Weird mix of 3 different things. Terrible tattoos. Anyway, yeah. Nikita Krylov, when it comes to Petrino, look, he needs to go back to the drawing board, try and, you know, up his fight IQ a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In honesty, he's only 26, so he is young. He looked very smart and composed against Tyson Pedro.
Yeah.
So that was kind of surprising.
So, yeah, just off that, he's just fought 2 of the most experienced light heavyweights that there are at the moment.
Yeah.
In terms of people that have been around and around the division.
And he's come up short against Smith. Smith is a top 10 light heavyweight, you know?
Yeah.
Tyson Pedro was on the verges of the top kind of 15. But I want to see him fight someone more down that level.
Mm.
I'm trying to think of who. Do we need to pull up our weird ranking
No, we
thing
don't.
again?
We don't. Look, let's just
Tyson
say
Pedro.
around the level of Tyson Pedro and move the fuck on.
Let's move on. Paul Craig should retire.
That's one fight too far down the line.
Mikel Pereira. This was a crazy fight.
Backflipping to victory.
This guy's doing bits, but he needs to fucking watch himself because he kicked Pereira in the face while he was on the ground.
Yeah, and if that wasn't in Brazil, that wouldn't fly.
No.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. It's a bit cold in here.
It is a bit cold in here, mate. Yeah.
Gonna need to sort that out.
Maybe a little heater?
Yeah, get a wee heater for us.
Yeah.
There is a heater just up there.
Is there?
Yeah.
See, I'm wondering what this is going to be like in summer. Is it going to be...
It's going to be boiling hot.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking roasting. I'm probably going to insulate in here. But these guys don't need to know about that.
Why not?
Well, if you want to know, insulating in here. That's about it.
So pretty much Kobe made enough money from
this show.
From his OnlyFans where he ejaculates onto his toes and then rubs it in to buy his own house.
Yeah. I sell my semen. It's magical.
Semen.
Yeah, it's magical cum. We call it my Kobe's creamy goo. And you rub it into your feet and it will remove any dead skin. And basically works as a really powerful moisturizer. That's kind of next level. But you can also eat it. It's really good for your, like, if you've got a sore throat. It comes in capsules.
It's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste. Jackson, he's a pretty big fan.
I have not acquired the taste. No, I will not be. Okay. Look, I tried to start that off as a thing about you, but don't turn it into something about me.
Jackson's been...
I have not.
Testing, let's just say, for a
No,
while.
I have not.
Testes.
I have not been salt burning your fluids.
Look, okay, mate.
Anyway.
Should we get back on topic?
Maybe. I'd like to get off that topic.
Oh, shit. Whoops.
What have you done now?
So Mikel Pereira finishes Ihor Pereira in the first round, 54 seconds in, by submission. Rocked him really bad. Then he did a backflip onto him, landed in like reverse mount, kind of north-southy kind of position. Then he latched up a guillotine. Pereira was really rocked after that punch and the kick to the head. And then basically just pretty quickly tapped, but it was tight. This is a bit of a common theme now for Mikel Pereira's fighting career. Rock someone, jump on a submission, and finish it. Mikel Pereira, like, this guy's got a pretty high ceiling. It is hard though because his style doesn't match up well against top level MMA. He's a wild man.
He is, and
I like it.
But
I'm there
dude,
for it.
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying he is. I'm gonna say he's the most entertaining guy on the roster.
Yeah, explosive. Look at his win streak. Holy fuck.
Yeah, but you got to remember he didn't make weight for a lot of those.
Yeah, and he moved up. He was at 170, and now he's since moved up. His last two fights have been at middleweight. But yeah, this guy's got a high ceiling. He's only 30. Again, like you say, most entertaining guy on the roster. Beating Ihor Pereira, who's just on the verges of the top 15 himself. If we look at middleweight, I'd like to see him up against...
Don't say it.
a Chris Curtis. I don't want to see him fight Paul Craig. I don't want to see Paul Craig fight ever again.
We'll get into that later.
But he needs to fight in the top 15. Simple as. This guy has demolished his last two opponents.
Definitely.
This guy needs a top 15 guy. It's tough in the middleweight division to match people up.
Yeah, because everyone's making moves.
Everyone's making moves, and there's a lot of like gossipy, drama-y, people. Like, he's not fighting Hamzat. No. But 11 would be a perfect spot to put him.
Hamzat's not fighting anyone.
He is. Whitaker.
Oh, yeah, sorry. But look at that. That is the third-ranked guy. Hamzat is
exactly.
11th, and he hasn't fought a middleweight.
Yeah. So,
you fought Kamaru. No.
But yeah, exactly.
No knees Kamaru Usman is not a middleweight.
Off the couch as well.
Yeah.
Look, I think he should be fighting a Roman Dolidze, Nasruddin Imavov. I know Imavov is already matched up. I don't think Dolidze is. There's also Jack Hermansson. Whether you want to
that makes sense. Jack Hermanson makes sense because Jack Hermanson fights everyone.
Yeah,
he does.
He does, and he needs to fight this guy before he retires.
Yeah, let's say Jack Hermanson.
Let's set that in stone, Dana. Book it as
Chris Curtis.
Can't say Chris Curtis.
We want to.
We'd love to because we just want to see Chris get beaten. Nah, Chris, we don't mind you.
I like Chris Curtis.
Same, he's an alright guy. But you know, Pateria.
I think that's what I was getting at. Is Michelle doesn't match up well against because he just gasses himself. He gets excited, he hurts someone, and then he gasses himself.
Oh yeah. No, it's tough to match him up against someone in the top and really think that he's got two. Like Jack Hermanson, the king of the fundamentals. Great wrestling, great counter wrestling, good jab.
Bad fight
for him, but that's a good test.
Mm-hmm.
If he can get through that, then we're looking at a serious contender.
Oh yeah. Move on?
Yeah, let's move on. So Paul Craig has, again, been knocked out cold. The guy can't fight. He can do jiu-jitsu, but he can't fight.
He needs to move into grappling. It's a lot less money, but he'll have a lot more success.
Star. You know, he's a very entertaining guy, Paul Craig. He's great show, great pantomime.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine him against like a Craig Jones or something, a Fight Pass Invitational. What is going on with this guy? He can't strike at all.
Yeah, he looks timid and afraid.
He looks like he wants to get knocked out. No. He looks... I just don't get it. Yeah, you're right. He looks timid. He looks afraid.
And just to get out of there, man.
I don't want to see him fight again. It's kind of funny when he pulls off a last-minute submission.
It's like, oh, who saw that coming?
Yeah, but that's the only reason why.
But that is only people who can't find his chin. Because anyone who can find his chin, even with the slightest of, even a jab, puts this guy out. And his fight IQ is so low, man. Like, that fight against Johnny Walker, when he shot a takedown.
And he just held on.
And he just held on as Johnny just unloads.
Yeah. And this is Johnny Walker we're talking about. Explosive, powerful. He's going to hit you in any position he can.
Yeah.
You just give him your head. You've got to be more defensively sound.
And that is what we say about, these crotch-sniffing idiots.
Yeah.
Don't last in a street fight. They don't last in the real world. So why do they get a pass in MMA?
Yeah. No, I don't get it. It's such a strange record, though. You look, he's beaten Nikita Krylov, who's number 7 at light heavyweight. He's beaten Jamal Hill, who's just fought for the belt and lost. He's beaten Mauricio Shogun Hua. He's beaten him, drew with Hua again. He's beaten Magomed Ankalaev. He's beaten a crazy good resume.
This is a long time ago now.
Yeah, and he is 36 now, getting older. I don't want to see him fight again. I really don't want to see him fight again. Because Caio Borralho did not look that good.
No.
He just landed punches. It was like Craig is like a speed bag, like one of those ones that you go like that, and then at the end you hit it real big. Like, Craig, do yourself a favor, do us a favor, and retire. But for Borralho,
he's going to be ranked now.
He will be ranked. I went to say Chris Curtis for some reason. Paul Craig was ranked number 12.
No, number 13.
So Borralho will take his spot. And I think we want to see him jump up there and get a decent fight.
Didn't he call out Cannonier?
Cannonier, that would be a great fight. Is he booked?
That's a long way up there. I don't think Cannonier is booked. I could be wrong.
I remember news of him being booked against like Imamov or something.
Cannonier is a term for...
All right.
Sure, dog. Drop a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, Imamov.
Oh, okay.
So he is booked. Maybe,
Is that recent?
That is recently been booked, yeah.
Okay.
That's June 8th.
Dang. That'll be a good scrap.
It will.
And that will loosen up the middleweight division a little bit.
Finally, he's fighting. Happy about that.
Wait, who was he last up against? Was it Strickland?
He beat
Vittori.
Vittori. Absolutely dominated Vittori.
Another guy who on his day can beat anyone, but
yeah,
it just doesn't turn out to be his day.
Pretty dumb.
A lot of the time. Pretty dumb.
Wait, are we talking about Jared or Vittori?
We're talking about Jared.
No, he's not dumb. Vittori is.
Yeah.
There's like a weed whacker or something outside.
Yeah, I'd be pretty stupid
funny noises
if I
here.
was an orc who...
From Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you noticed that we've been getting like noises, ambience? Hopefully you guys can. Wait. No, it doesn't pick up on the mic.
Mike.
Look.
Cake.
Cake. Chicken burger. Should we end it there? I don't know
what
if
are we
there's
at?
anything else we need to talk about? We're at 40 minutes. I really need a piss.
Okay, so that's your main... Did we match these last guys up?
Yeah, we did.
We did? Did we?
I just wanted... Yeah, we did.
They'll let us know if we didn't.
Braulio, we matched up against Cannonier.
Who's already fighting?
Fight Chris Curtis. You can have him.
There you go.
Was there anything else? I swear there was like some pretty big news. Conor McGregor. Did we talk about that already? No.
John Jones has a... yeah, okay.
John Jones is gay.
We've already talked about that. But John Jones has apparently signed a contract.
To fight?
Yeah. Or he has a date. Either one of those two.
Cool. A date with a man.
Potentially, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that's likely going to be the case.
Well, I mean, with John Jones, you never know who he could be punching.
So we'll see what happens there.
John Jones is a complete scumbag. Like, just think about it. Just think about all the shit that he's done.
Yeah, that's...
What a horrible man. Like...
Yeah. Wow. Not even close to a hot take, but yeah, no, that's...
I know, but like, just sometimes I just think, I'm like, Jesus, that guy is...
It's just like sitting there and thinking, wow, the sky is blue.
Well, sometimes grey.
No, but you know what? No, the sky is blue. The clouds are grey.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey,
But-
I got you now, don't I?
I do. Actually, the atmosphere makes it blue. It's actually above that, dark.
This, Black Guy Jones, sky is blue.
Black guy.
That was
Black
said
guy.
by Joe Rogan.
Jones. Nighttime.
Okay, yeah, let's definitely end it there.
All right, guys, we'll end it
Thank
there.
you for listening.
Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed the new set.
Check out our tier lists, which come out normally every Friday when we don't have some sort of technical difficulty.
Not my
Jack,
fault.
you know what we're talking about there. And we also break these down into a bit of a shorter form video so you don't have to listen to us ramble on for the whole 40 minutes to an hour.
If that's your thing.
Otherwise, give us a like, subscribe if you're new, leave us a comment on what drink you might like us to try.
This one goes in at number 1.
It does.
I'm just going to write it up there.
And we will catch you
What's it called?
later.
Boss Caramel.
Yes. Boss Caramel.